All right, everybody, we're down here towards the bottom of the yard. I have two cars here that came in from a gentleman. He ended up passing away and the family did not want the cars. We got a Celica GT and a Corolla hatchback. This is a Corolla Tercel. Windshield's missing. This car actually runs. I fired this car up, runs and drives. I believe that's the only rust spot right there in the left rear quarter. Taillights are in the car. There is no bumpers. There's no windshield. The grill is sitting back here, and it also has the headlight surrounds. But for what it is, it's actually a fairly solid car. It's pretty crazy that this is all a unibody back piece here. You know, there's no deck lid. They just welded it all together. So this is one solid piece. There's nothing that opens besides this glass back here, which is pretty cool. Got the quarter windows. These will actually pop out. Does have a dent here in the door, and the fender is damaged on the passenger side. It's gonna be a little 4-cylinder. Like I said, this does run. It's been sitting a while in the gentleman's garage. Unfortunately, we don't have room to put everything under cover, so these are just gonna have to sit outside. We don't have any titles for them, so I could probably try and get titles for them. There's the information if you guys want it. I could probably try and get titles for them, but like I said in a couple of videos ago, it's pretty expensive to do that. The last truck that I did that with, it ended up costing about $1,500 for titles. To be honest, I don't know if this car would be worth that or not. The one over there, which I'll do a video on, or I'll do that one here in a minute, that one might be worth doing. This one here, I don't think the value is in it to do that. But for what it is, it's pretty impressive. Older Corolla, pretty much rust-free except for the rust back there on the quarter. Showing to have 106,871 miles. This is gonna have a 5-speed. Vinyl buckets, but they're dry rotted and cracked on both of them. AM/FM, or AM/FM radio. Heater AC control down there. Basic speedometer. There's all your fuses. It wouldn't be bad if this had a windshield in it, because it would keep a lot of the damage out of the interior. But unfortunately, I don't know where you'd find a windshield for one of these. And I really don't want to have to pay to put one in it just to have it sit out here for no reason. But pretty complete car. Let's see, get you guys the VIN number here. March of 1980. This will be a 1980. I'm really thinking it's a 79. You see the VIN number here? I believe in 1980 they went to a 12-digit VIN, so this might be a 79 Corolla. This door handle sticks. You push it up on the inside and it's actually stuck up, so door don't want to stay shut. But I do like the style of that car. I like the little hatchback. The taillights would look pretty cool in it. They remind me of like an old Volkswagen. Or not, yeah, it was a Volkswagen that I did years ago. This is actually might be the other side. They kind of sit in there like that. So this was one of the cars that came from there. This is the other one. This is a Toyota Celica GT. And I am a pretty big fan of these cars. The body on this one, it's not rusty, but it has been poorly repaired, I guess is what you'd say. There's a lot of body filler in the fenders and in the hood. So if someone was going to restore this car, they really do need new front end pieces. I would not attempt to even save them. You can see the Bondo cracking out right here. And the hood is just is full of Bondo. It's not rusty, so I don't know if they just had a bunch of dents. They filled it in, but it's pretty rough. As you can tell, there's some more filler here. It's been sitting outside for a little bit, so it's starting to rust. I'm gonna try and get this one to the house to get it covered up, but I'm kind of out of room right now. Where this is starting to get some surface rust on it, where someone was beginning to sand this down and restore it. This is also a 5-speed car. It's got good taillights, good rear bumper. Interior needs some help. The seats are in here, but they're not bolted down. They're pretty rough. The floor is amazingly solid. There's one little rust hole, and I believe it's on the passenger side of this car under the seat. I cannot remember. It's been a while since I picked this one up. The dash is definitely in need of replacement. The ignition switch is out of it, but there's one laying there on the floor. So I'd probably just find a column to put back in it with the keys. Gauge clusters look pretty good. Radio's missing, center console is torn up. Pieces for that might be in the trunk, I don't know. Let's see if we can open up this hood. Yeah, look at that. That's a huge crack in the body filler. Yeah, it's not popped. I don't know if the grill is in the trunk either, because the grill is missing. The switch has been knocked out of the grill as well. I like the door handles. Really nice. But even in the doors themselves, they're fairly solid. There's a little bit of rust right here, but that'd be an easy patch. So the doors would be savable. It's gonna be hard to do this by myself, but we're gonna give it a shot. Let's see, showing 49,080 miles, probably 149,000. We don't know for sure because we don't have a paper trail for it, and the gentleman who did own it has unfortunately passed away. I need something to pry this hood open because it opens backwards. see if that will get some pressure on it. I think it went that time. Yep, it went. Hey, what? That's a little ridiculous. It's popping. There it is. Alright, so you're gonna have a 4-cylinder in here. Battery tray looks good. Well, there's supposed to be battery tray here, but the support for the battery tray is still good. Everything looks complete. I tried to get this one to start, but with the ignition switch out of it, it's kind of hard to find the wires that I needed to get this thing to run. If I spent more time on it, it probably would run. I don't see it not running. Carburetor and everything's still on it. Don't know where the air cleaner is though. I have not seen that. But as you can tell, the inner structure of this car looks pretty good. Like it hasn't been hit and then pulled and trying to beat back out and put back together. That whole inner structure looks straight. So I don't know why everything has so much body filler in it. I mean, you can even tell the bottom of this hood is just beat to death. Because it's full of Bondo. A pretty cool car. This one here we'll probably attempt to do something with. If I try and file for titles, this would be the one that I'd want a title for. I think this one here would be worth more money than the Corolla. There you guys have it. There's 2 unique cars that have come in. I figured I'd show them to you. I got a whole pile of other cars I gotta get to. It's gonna be tough to get them, but we'll try. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one.